Today, I'm giving you the key element, the secret sauce, if you will, that can transform your life. It's something so powerful, yet so simple that it might just slip through if we're not careful to grasp it firmly. This key element is about acting as if you are already the person you aim to become, living the life you dream of living, and embodying the success you strive to achieve. Now, I want you to picture this. Imagine waking up every morning with the conviction that today you are one step closer to your dreams. You dress not for the job you have, but for the position you desire. You make decisions not based on your current circumstances, but on where you see yourself in the future. You interact with others not as who you are today, but as the successful, confident person you are becoming. This isn't about pretending or living in a fantasy. It's about aligning your present actions with your future success. It's about creating a mindset that attracts opportunities, nurtures growth, and propels you forward. Acting as if it's like sending a message to the universe saying, I'm ready for the success I know I deserve. And I'm not waiting for it to come to me. I'm walking towards it every single day. So, let this be the moment where you decide not just to dream, but to live your dream. Start small if you have to. Adjust your daily habits, refine your speech, upgrade your skills, all with the vision of that future you in mind. Remember, the person who acts as if they are a millionaire, a leader, a pioneer, is the person who opens the doors to becoming one. Embrace this principle and watch as the world begins to shift around you. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and the path to your dreams will become clearer and more navigable. Why? Because you've chosen to live not as a bystander in your own life, but as the architect of your destiny. The key element, the secret sauce, if you will, that differentiates the extraordinary from the ordinary. It's what I like to call the millionaire mindset. Now, when I talk about being a millionaire, it's not just about having a bank account that's bursting at the seams. No, it's about a way of life, a quality of life that encompasses rich relationships, personal growth, and a wealth of experiences. You see, the millionaire mindset is about vision. It's about seeing beyond the immediate, beyond the hurdles, and seeing a future that's ripe with possibility. It's about looking at a canvas that's blank and seeing a masterpiece. This mindset isn't deterred by what is, but is inspired by what can be. Visionaries don't just live in the world. They create the world they live. But vision alone isn't enough. This mindset is also built on perseverance. There's a kind of stubbornness, a refusal to give up. When faced with failure, and yes, there will be failure, those with a millionaire mindset don't see a stop sign. They see a detour. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. They understand that the road to success isn't a straight line. It's a winding path full of learning opportunities. Speaking of learning, let's talk about the role of failure. You know, society has painted failure as this big scary monster. But ask any successful person and they'll tell you that failure is one of the best teachers. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. The millionaire mindset embraces failure, learns from it, and moves forward wiser and more resilient. And then there's the power of positive thinking. Now, I'm not talking about blindly ignoring challenges or pretending that everything's perfect. Positive thinking is about maintaining belief in your ability to prevail. It's about fostering a mindset that looks for solutions instead of dwelling on problems. It's the kind of attitude that says, I might not have all the answers right now, but I have the determination and the drive to find them. Let me share a story with you, a story of a young woman named Sarah. Sarah grew up in a small town, her family barely making ends meet. From a young age, she had a vision. She saw herself not as a product of her circumstances, but as the architect of her future. Despite numerous setbacks, her perseverance was unshakable. When her first business failed, she used what she learned from that failure to start another. Her positive outlook was infectious, inspiring those around her to believe in her vision. Today, Sarah is the CEO of a successful tech company, but her true success lies in her journey, in her unwavering belief in her vision, and her resilience in the face of adversity. So, what does all this mean for you? It means that regardless of where you're starting from, you have the power to adopt a millionaire mindset. Begin with a vision for your life, not just financially, but in all aspects that matter to you. Embrace perseverance, knowing that the path to your dreams might require you to weather a few storms. Learn from your failures and let them be the stepping stones to your success. And through it all, maintain a positive outlook, a belief in yourself and your ability to achieve greatness. Remember, the millionaire mindset isn't reserved for a select few born into privilege or those with extraordinary talents. It's available to anyone willing to embrace these principles and apply them consistently in their lives. So, as we move forward today, ask yourself, what vision do I have for my life? How can I cultivate perseverance, learn from failure, and maintain a positive outlook? The answers to these questions are the first steps in your journey to not just acting as if but becoming the person you are meant to be. You know, there's one element that stands out when we talk about laying the foundation for monumental success. It's the profound belief in oneself, the conviction that you are indeed capable of achieving greatness. Akin to that of a millionaire, this belief isn't just wishful thinking. It's an unwavering faith in your potential, a self-image that aligns not with where you are, but where you're determined to be. Now, let's delve a bit deeper into this concept. The journey to embodying the mindset of a millionaire begins with how you see yourself in the mirror of life. It's about looking beyond the present, beyond the immediate reflections of current circumstances, and envisioning the image of success you aspire to achieve. Cultivating a self-image that resonates with being a millionaire is crucial. And here's why. How you perceive yourself dictates the actions you take, the decisions you make, and ultimately, the life you lead. Imagine for a moment walking into a room, not just as you are, but as the person you wish to become. How would you carry yourself? How would you interact with others? This isn't about pretense. It's about preparation. It's preparing yourself to live the life you're working towards, acting as if with such conviction that the universe has no choice but to comply. But belief alone, while powerful, needs direction. This is where the power of goals comes into play. Setting clear, actionable goals is like drawing a map for a treasure hunt. It turns the nebulous idea of success into a series of steps that, when taken, leads you closer to your pot of gold. These goals, however, aren't just any goals. They're formulated as if success is inevitable. They're bold. They challenge your current capabilities, and they're set with the confidence that with the right actions, they're entirely achievable. Now imagine setting a goal so audacious, it scares you a little. Yet alongside that fear, there's a thrill, a pulsating excitement at the thought of achieving it. This blend of fear and excitement is where growth lives. It's where you stretch beyond your current self, reaching heights previously thought unattainable. But what about the journey to these heights? It's paved with daily habits and routines, the practical day-to-day actions that align with millionaire success principles. It's about disciplined financial planning, where every expenditure is considered, every investment scrutinized. It's about continuous learning, staying curious, and hungry for knowledge. And it's about networking, not just for the sake of adding contacts to your list, but for building meaningful, supportive relationships that foster mutual growth. Consider this. Every morning, you wake up with a plan for the day. This plan isn't just about tasks to be checked off a list. It's a blueprint for your future. It includes learning something new that takes you closer to your goals, connecting with someone who inspires you, and managing your finances with the prudence of a savvy investor. In weaving these elements together, self-image and belief, the power of goals, and daily habits and routines, we're not just setting the foundation, we're actively constructing the life of our dreams. It's a process, a journey that requires patience, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the possibility of what can be. So as we move forward, let's ask ourselves, do I see the person in the mirror as the individual I aspire to be? Are my goals set with the conviction that success is not just possible, but inevitable? And are my daily actions reflective of the principles of success I wish to embody? The answers to these questions are the first steps in our journey to not just acting as if, but becoming the millionaires of our dreams. Let's start with financial discipline, a cornerstone of the millionaire mindset. Living within your means isn't merely about cutting back or denying yourself pleasures. It's about making conscious, informed decisions with your finances, acting as if each dollar spent or saved is a step towards your future empire. Investing wisely then becomes not just a strategy, but a way of life. It's about seeing beyond the immediate gratification of spending, looking instead towards the long-term gains of prudent investment. And avoiding debt, it's not just about fear of owing. It's about the freedom that comes from financial independence. Imagine, for a moment, making decisions not based on the debts you owe, but on the opportunities you can seize. But wealth isn't just measured in financial terms. It's also in the richness of knowledge and experience. Continuous learning and growth are what set the truly successful apart. Acting as if you're already managing vast resources means dedicating yourself to learning as if your empire depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. This means reading, studying, and absorbing knowledge not just in your field, but in all areas that interest you. It's about seeking mentors and coaches who've walked the path before you, gleaning wisdom from their journeys. Imagine treating your mind like a treasure chest, where every piece of knowledge is a gem to be polished and displayed. Now consider the role of relationships in the journey to success. Millionaires know that wealth isn't created in isolation. It's cultivated through robust, supportive networks. Acting as if every person you meet is a key component of your future success transforms every interaction from mundane to meaningful. It's about listening intently, sharing generously, and connecting authentically. This approach doesn't just build networks. It builds community, camaraderie, and mutual success. Picture each relationship as a seed planted, where with care, patience, and nurturing can grow into a mighty oak within your forest of success. Imagine incorporating these principles into your life, starting today. With each decision to save rather than spend, you're not just saving money. You're investing in your future empire. With every book you read, seminar you attend, or skill you learn, you're not just gaining knowledge. You're building the foundations of your success. And with every hand you shake, every relationship you nurture, you're not just networking. You're weaving the very fabric of your future success story. So, as you step forth from here today, I urge you to carry with you not just the vision of the wealth you aspire to, but the conviction to live as if you're already there. It's in the daily discipline, the commitment to growth, and the richness of relationships that the path to true wealth is paved. Act as if you're the millionaire you're destined to become, and watch as the world transforms around you to make that vision a reality. You know, there's one element that stands out when we consider the journey to greatness, especially within the context of attaining that coveted millionaire status. It's the unparalleled resilience in the face of failure, the unyielding adaptability when confronted with change, and the unwavering focus on the long-term vision despite the myriad of short-term setbacks that life invariably throws our way. Let's delve into the world of failure first. Now, society has painted failure in such grim colors that most shy away at its mere suggestion. Yet within failure lies the seeds of success waiting to be nurtured. Think about Thomas Edison, whose endeavors to invent the light bulb were met with thousands of failures. Yet, he famously remarked that he didn't fail. He found thousands of ways that didn't work, each leading him closer to his breakthrough. Or consider J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. These stories aren't just tales of eventual triumph. They're testaments to the power of embracing failure as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Now, on to resilience and adaptability. The path to wealth is seldom straight. It's fraught with bends, bumps, and perhaps the occasional U-turn. It's in navigating these with grace and flexibility that the millionaire mindset truly shines. It's about looking at change, not as an insurmountable challenge, but as an opportunity for growth and innovation. When the market shifts, when a venture fails, when the unexpected occurs, the question isn't why me, but what now? It's in these moments that strategies such as staying informed, remaining flexible in approach, and always being prepared to pivot become invaluable, just as a tree bends with the wind to avoid breaking. So too must we learn to adapt to the forces of change that seek to derail our path to success. And what of our long-term vision? The road to success is punctuated with distractions, detours, and delays, tempting us to lose sight of our ultimate destination. Yet the millionaire mindset is characterized by an unwavering focus on the horizon, on the vision of what's to be achieved. It's about setting goals that are so vivid, so compelling, that they pull you forward, even when the immediate landscape seems fraught with difficulty. This long-term vision acts as a North Star, guiding you through the darkest nights and stormiest seas. It's about celebrating the small victories while keeping your eyes fixed on the bigger prize. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is lasting wealth. It's the accumulation of daily efforts directed by a clear long-term vision that leads to monumental achievements. So as we stand here today, let's ask ourselves, how do we view failure? Is it a scarlet letter we seek to avoid at all costs, or is it a badge of honor, a sign that we've dared to reach beyond our grasp? How adaptable are we to change? Do we stand rigid, hoping the storm will pass, or do we learn to dance in the rain? And finally, how clear is our long-term vision? Is it a beacon that guides us, or has it become obscured by the fog of our immediate challenges? My friends, the journey to becoming a millionaire, both in wealth and in spirit, is fraught with resilience in the face of failure, adaptability in the face of change, and a focus on our long-term vision. There's no obstacle too great, no setback too daunting, and no goal too distant. Let's embrace these principles. Let's live them out in our daily lives, and let's move forward with the confidence that indeed success is not just a possibility, but inevitability. You know, there's one element that truly stands out when we envision living the life of a millionaire before the actual millions grace our bank accounts. It's the profound understanding that quality of life, the essence of our daily existence, isn't postponed for a day in the distant future when wealth becomes abundant. It's about realizing that the richness of life is here. Now, in this very moment, waiting to be embraced with open arms. Living a fulfilling life now, not just when financial goals are achieved, requires a shift in perspective. It's about finding joy in the journey, cherishing the small moments, and understanding that true wealth lies not in monetary accumulation, but in the abundance of life's experiences. Imagine waking up each day with the heart of a millionaire, one who sees value in every moment, who appreciates the simple pleasures of life. A morning cup of coffee, a shared laugh with a friend, the tranquility of a quiet evening. This mindset transforms the mundane into the extraordinary, turning every day into a rich tapestry of experiences that mirror the life of affluence we aspire to. But living as a millionaire isn't just about personal fulfillment. It's also about the impact we have on the world around us, acting as if wealth is not just for personal accumulation, but for making a positive impact imbues our journey with purpose and meaning. It's recognizing that with or without millions in the bank, we have the power to contribute, to give back, to uplift, whether it's volunteering your time, sharing your knowledge, or offering a helping hand. Every act of generosity plants the seeds of change. Imagine the profound fulfillment that comes from knowing that your existence enriches the lives of others, that your presence in this world makes it a little brighter, a little kinder. And amidst this journey, Cultivating a sense of gratitude for the present becomes essential. It's about acknowledging the blessings we have, the progress we've made, and the potential that lies ahead. Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more, transforming our perspective, amplifying our happiness, and attracting even greater abundance into our lives. It's about standing in the midst of your life, regardless of your current financial status, and feeling genuinely wealthy because you appreciate the richness of your existence. So as we stand here today, let's reflect on these principles. Are we postponing our happiness for a day that might never come, or are we choosing to live richly now, embracing the quality of life that's already ours for the taking? Are we holding back our potential to contribute, waiting for a larger stage, or are we making an impact now in the ways we can with what we have? And are we counting our blessings, cultivating a heart of gratitude that sees the wealth in our present circumstances? My friends, living the life of a millionaire before the millions is about embodying the essence of true wealth in our everyday lives. It's about quality, contribution, and gratitude. It's about realizing that the life of a millionaire, one filled with joy, purpose, and abundance, is not a distant dream, but a present reality waiting to be lived fully. Let's embrace this mindset, let's live it out each day, and let's watch as the world transforms around us, reflecting the richness of our internal state in every aspect of our lives.